Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be shedding light on why the workforce of most companies is unmotivated to work hard. So, why is the workforce of most companies unmotivated to work hard? Without further ado, without further delay, allow me to demystify that answer to that inquiry right here, right now. There are a multitude of reasons as to why the workforce of most companies is unmotivated to work hard. The workforce of most companies is unmotivated to work hard because people are impassionate about their work. They detest and disdain their line of work. When you are dispassionate about your work, when you are disinterested in working, you're not going to be motivated to work hard, and you're going to be all the more prone, all the more apt, all the more poised, and all the more primed to become despondent, unmotivated, lackadaisical, unfulfilled, dispirited, and disheartened. You want to be spirited. You want to be imbued with energy. You want to be empowered. You want to be reinvigorated. So, if you lack an iota of passion, if you lack a modicum of passion about your line of work, you're going to be unmotivated to work hard in your career. Furthermore, if your pay grade is not commensurate with your time, energy, and efforts that you put forth into your work, then you're going to be unmotivated to work hard. The wages that real private sector companies pay their employees are often deemed to be measly, infinitesimal, non-subsistence wages that cannot even allow their employees to attain their utmost lowest level basic needs that are relegated to Maslow's hierarchy of needs pyramid. So, the workforces of most companies are unmotivated to work hard, since they not only detest and disdain working their jobs on behalf of their employers, but also feel as though they're not duly compensated for relinquishing equity out of their life, time, happiness, dignity, health, and future wealth for a pittance of a non-subsistence wage, which cannot even allow you to attain your utmost lowest level basic needs that are relegated to the utmost lowest level tier of Maslow's hierarchy of needs pyramid. Even if you were to work full time, you still cannot afford to attain a studio apartment or one-bedroom apartment if you receive minimum wage. And the interests of the employees and employers are diametrically opposed to one another. The employers are always keen on paying the employees the absolute minimum amount of revenue for the absolute maximum amount of time worked. There is very rarely, very seldomly a caveat to this rule. However, the employees are keen on receiving the absolute maximum amount of revenue for the absolute minimum amount of time worked. In an employer market, employers hold the cards and have all the leverage, and employees begrudgingly acquiesce to working real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand, just so that they have a modicum of money to be able to buy food. Even though these jobs are often deemed to be dispiriting, harrowing, agonizing, debilitating, brutally wretched, ineffably dreadful, dead-end minimum wage jobs that provide no basis for having any semblance of a future. All they provide is ephemeral, perishable, short-term relief that is preordained to be depleted even before it has been received, since employees who work real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand are often insurmountably indebted and have a negative net worth. A lot of them pass away with over $80,000 of debt as their negative net worth, which is tragic and unfortunate. We live in a control market economy with no semblance of a safety net, nor universal basic income, in spite of the fact that there are over 13,000 infiltration fees that people work real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand pay and do not receive anything in return for paying. The hard-earned money is remitted to welfare aristocrats who refuse to work in any capacity. So, the workforce of most companies is unmotivated to work hard, since they often do not receive any additional rewards for exuding additional efforts. Furthermore, they often seldomly receive recognition for going the extra mile to help their companies to achieve their daily objectives and overarching goals. Furthermore, the compensation that the workforce of most companies is provided is lackluster, scant, and often deemed to be inadequate for even attaining an egregiously low standard of living. So, when you're at most receiving minimum wage for your time, efforts, energy, and mental bandwidth, and do not receive any additional rewards for working hard, nor any benefits for working diligently nor sedulously, then you're going to be demotivated to work hard. You want to be tenacious, hardworking, and perseverant. But when your pay grade is not commensurate with your time, energy, and efforts expended, you're going to be deterred to work hard. You're going to be unmotivated to work hard. You never want to become demoralized nor demotivated nor despondent nor depressed. Nor pensive. You want to be vigorous. You want to be imbued with unalloyed energy. You want to be highly motivated. You want to be ready and raring to work hard and exude tenacity. However, when the payoff for your time, energy, and efforts is infinitesimal and negligible at best, you're going to be disinclined to work hard and unmotivated to work hard, since doing so will not yield you additional rewards, nor anything if you work harder. In fact, it may yield you a negative return on investment if it dispossesses you of more energy and mental bandwidth and does not yield anything for you in return. If companies are not showing reciprocity, why should you go all out in maximizing your productivity? If it is going to bereft you of your energy and mental bandwidth and not yield you any rewards. There should be mutual reciprocity exhibited by both parties. It should not be so lopsided, in which the employer reaps all the fruits of your labor, and in which the payout for going the extra mile yields a negative return on investment on your end, because you're going to be dispossessed of more energy and more mental bandwidth without receiving anything in return for having worked harder than your coworkers. They expect the maximum amount of effort from you, but then they pay you the minimum amount of revenue in the form of minimum wage. It is quite paradoxical and ironical. And they have no qualms about paying a CEO 734,000% more than an employee. But then meanwhile, if an employee beseeches their employer for a negligible pay increase, they will spurn his request. They will immediately decline his request, despite the fact that he's in dire need of attaining a higher pay grade, especially so that his lifestyle does not further precipitously plunge into the abyss as the cost of living perpetually amplifies and as the standard of living perpetually decreases to an unprecedented low. So, if people are not incentivized to work harder, if they are not duly compensated for working harder, if there are no benefits, no perquisites, no additional rewards for working harder, then people are going to be unmotivated to work hard. And the people detest and disdain their line of work if it induces chronic stress, chronic anxiety, chronic fatigue, vitiation, and debilitation. They're going to be all the more unmotivated to work hard than if they ineffably loved, relished, and basked in their line of work. So I hope that you deem this video to be captivating and insightful. There are a myriad of reasons as to why the workforce in most companies is unmotivated to work hard. It can be attributed to far more reasons than just employees not being duly compensated for working hard. So, Companies should incentivize their employees to work hard. They should duly compensate their employees. And they should be accommodating to their employees. They should be willing to make dispensations. They should be willing to amplify their pay grades. They should be willing to offer them bonuses, rewards, benefits, and increases to their salaries and wages. They should also provide them with flexibility in their schedules. I hope that you deem this video to be intriguing and informative. Have a blissful day. Goodbye.